Our royal correspondent Simon Vigard, as you can see, joins us in the studio. Simon, she seems to be reheating this line about the notorious photo of Prince Andrew, Giuffre and Maxwell, which we'll show in a moment, and saying it's a fake.
Yeah, and Prince Andrew's legal team said this, and he said it during that Newsnight interview. Maxwell stayed silent during her trial just over a year ago. She's appealing that conviction for sex trafficking. Let's take a look at the photo, which we presume was taken by Jeffrey Epstein at Maxwell's home in London. She's given an interview to an American TV producer from her jail in Florida. We're not going to show clips from that, but this is what she says specifically about the photo. Ghislaine Maxwell says, "It is a fake. I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I am sure it is not. Well, there's never been an original. Further, there's no photograph, and I've only ever seen a photocopy of it." So the line is, it's a photo of a photo. And Prince Andrew's line, of course, is that he doesn't recall ever meeting Virginia Giuffre.
And what else does Maxwell have to say, Simon? Does she talk about the prince at all?
Yeah, she calls Andrew her dear friend. She says the allegations are all false. She also says, by the way, that the authorities in New York allowed Epstein to die. He took his own life while on remand. But on Andrew, she says he should be uplifted by another court case where Giuffre dropped the charges recently.
OK, so on to Andrew then, because there has been some talk, hasn't there, about him and a possible comeback. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, this is briefing to newspapers, to the Mail on Sunday. You've got to say it's a long shot because a year ago he settled with Virginia Giuffre, pick a number, anything between £3 and £8 million, without accepting any blame at all. Now, the Mail on Sunday said he was consulting lawyers to try to overturn that and possibly even get a retraction. It says that Andrew felt pressurised into settling last year by Charles and William. So the case didn't overshadow the Platinum Jubilee. As we know, he stepped back entirely from royal duties. He's not using HRH, His Royal Highness. He was devastated that he wasn't allowed to wear his military uniform to the funeral of his mother, the Queen.
And you mentioned that Maxwell said he should feel uplifted. What did you mean by that?
Well, this is the other case against Alan Dershowitz, which stopped last year. And Dershowitz, who's a lawyer, has since said that the Duke should never have settled. Andrew, of course, denies the allegations. He's never been arrested, let alone charged. If it happens, and that is a big if, it's going to overshadow the preparations for the coronation. Apparently, they signed a gagging order last year when it was all settled, but that lapses in a few weeks' time. But I think it's a long shot. Anyone in the family, even if privately they're supportive, they're not going to want this resurrected.